Bright sunshine in downtown Akron at Firestone Stadium, site of the Mid-American Conference Softball Championship Tournament. Round 2 action today, a little cool, but the top seeds join the fray today. Top seed Akron taking on Ohio, the 4 seed, who advanced with a win over Central Michigan in round 1. Northern Illinois, the 2nd seed, will join the tournament a little bit later. Welcome inside Firestone Stadium, along with my partner Dane Richardson. I'm Dave Bacon. Dane, let's talk about those Ohio Bobcats. 2 big innings, 9 runs, they advance, and the big blow, Jordan Wycuff's grand slam.
They only needed 2 innings to score 5 runs, 5 in one, 4 in the other. They're going to send out Skip Miller again today in the circle, but this is a big hitting offense, 76 home runs to lead the conference against a pitch-to-contact team in Akron.
You look over at the Zips. These 2 teams played 3 times, a 3-game series. Akron won 2 of the 3. First time since 1998 that Akron won the regular season MAC championship.
Yep, the veteran Craig Nicholson wins MAC Coach of the Year. And listen, the Zips are consistent. The straw that stirs the drink for the Zips at the top of the order, Megan Lee, she's a player to watch.
We will have the first pitch and starting lineups coming up. Second round game between the top seed Akron, the 4 seed Ohio. We'll get after it after this timeout. The Firestone Stadium, round 2 of the Mid-American Conference Softball Championship Tournament. Let's take a look at the batting order for the Ohio Bobcats. Exact same batting order as they had in their first game. Hummel, Bear, Farmer had a bases loaded double. Wessler, Wilson, Young, Wyckoff had the grand slam. McDaniel and Cena Smith batting 9th. Maddie Jamrog is in the circle for the Akron Zips. She delivers up high, ball 1. And Dane, you kind of alluded to it, pitch to contact for Jamrog.
She is, and that doesn't mean she can't strike out hitters. She has 87 strikeouts versus 44 walks, but Ohio's a team that will also put the ball in play, and it's going to be interesting because it's not like Ohio hasn't seen Jamrog. It was a 3-game set 2 weeks ago, and they saw over 13 innings of Maddie Jamrog.
2-1 the count. Yeah, she pitched in every one of the games. Got a win in a complete game in the first game of the series. Also took a loss. And there is a drive out into center field. It's gone! Leadoff home run for Belle Hummel as she gets the Bobcats on the board with 1 swing.
Well, this is what this team does. led the conference in home runs coming into this tournament. Hummel at the top of the order, showed in the regular season she had some pop, and she's just all over this. Right center field, carries along with the wind, a laser from Hummel.
And we kind of laughed yesterday. She used to be more of a slap hitter. She's now swinging away, and she's hitting better than .430 doing it. Gives the Bobcats exactly what they want, an early lead.
7th homer of the year for Hummel.
Colleen Bear steps in and is swinging at it in a hurry, fouled away, strike one. Jamrog delivers. 1-1. And if you're looking at it from Jamrog's perspective, solo home runs, much better than a big inning.
Yeah.
Good changeup.
She's going to need that pitch.
1-2.
She's a good rise ball pitcher, but some of that sometimes with rise ball pitchers, you can leave it sometimes too up in the zone when it doesn't have the movement that it needs to, and the ball can go out of the park like we just saw with Hummel. 17 home runs given up this year by Jamrog. That's top 10 in the MAC.
2-2 pitch. 3-2. She went 7 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 earned runs in a win. She also came in relief, went 4 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs. Walks her, so the first 2 failed to be retired. Got 2 wins in that series, actually. 4 2/3 in relief, got a win, and then came in and gave up 5 earned runs in 2 2/3 in the final game of that series. Here's Brenna Farmer batting with a runner on, nobody out. And that one is hit deep to left center, off the wall. Good read of the ball by Bear. She gets into third, and it's a stand-up double for Brenna Farmer.
I don't even think Farmer got all of this. I think this was either jammed a little bit or one or the other off the end of the bat. The wind takes it a little bit, but it's over the center of the plate, right? And Farmer just drives it out toward left center field. We saw her have that approach yesterday with her 3-run double, and boy, oh boy, is Ohio off to a great start.
You could see the strength, and that ball was hooking away. That's why Lee couldn't run it down. It's kind of slicing away from the center fielder. And a quick mound or circle visit to discuss things with Maddie Jamrog. That'll bring up Shelby Westler.
And if you're Ohio here, you know Akron's a consistent team. They have a great offense just like you do. Maybe not as much of the home run ball, but you got to get both of these in here.
Outside, ball 1. And you see Brenna Farmer trying to be aggressive coming off second base to score on a single. 2-0 the count.
If you're Westler here, you can be patient. You know, you have first base open and just pass it on to your teammates.
Outside, good pitch, strike 1. Yeah, 2-0 count, you're looking for a ball in a location that you can drive. And if it's not there, you're just fine at 2-1. That one slapped out of play. Count evens 2-2.
You feel like with some of the early swings from Ohio that Jamrog's going to have to turn off speed a little bit more.
That one misses. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That's one of the reasons why, right? They're laying off a rise ball upstairs, but when it's in the middle of the zone, they're barreling it up.
Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Maddie Jamrog. 1 out now, runners at second and third.
And as I say that, sometimes a 3-2 count, it just gets a little bit more tense. She chases a little bit. Jamrog's best pitch so far as Izzy Wilson steps in.
Right at you. Up in the zone, can't catch up to it. Wilson hitting .338 on the season. Had a hit, a run scored, and an RBI in 3 at-bats in their win over Central Michigan. Take strike 1. Playing her straight away. Another aggressive pitch, 0-2. And Jamrock wasn't able to get ahead, in part because they were jumping on first pitches, first three batters. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts for Maddie Jamrock.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. She stayed away in the outer half of the zone against Wilson, and she just wasn't able to touch it. And boy, would this be a job well done after the first three get on. Looks like it could be a big inning for the Bobcats to only limit them to one.
See that pitch running away, and a lot of horizontal movement on that one. Goes well outside, ball one. Yeah, if Jamrock can limit that to one run, it's a job well done. Here's the 1-0. 2-0. Change up and a good one. 2-1.
You like the pitch selection there, right? It's pitching a little bit backwards. Her rise balls are go-to, but she has confidence in that pitch that's going to help her out all day long.
Jamrock's 2-1. Swing and a miss. Another one with some movement. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Chance to strike out the side here with one more.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts in a row, limits the damage, and Jamrock escapes with just 1 run on the board. Ohio puts one on the board with a leadoff home run by Belle Hummel. Ohio 1, Akron coming to the plate. For the Akron Zips here at Firestone Stadium, let's take a look at the batting order for the Zips. Lee, Glass, Weigast, Sullivan, Cantrell, Day, Selker, Jenkinson, and Civic in the 9-hole for the Akron Zips. In the circle, it is Skip Miller. Got the win in the first round playoff game or here in the tournament, and she has faced the Zips on 2 occasions. Ball 1 to the leadoff hitter, Megan Lee. Went 4 2/3, 4 hits, no runs. Got a win in a 10-0 win, and then 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs. Took a loss in that one. Miller delivers. 2-0.
Lee's just a tough hitter to put away. She's not going to strike out a ton, but we saw Miller have struggles early yesterday against Central Michigan, but as the game went on, she got better.
And Lee on base is what makes this offense go. Great horizontal movement back into the strike zone by Skip Miller. 2-1 the count. In at the corners for Lee. Second baseman playing almost behind the first baseman. Lays it down and using her legs. She can beat it out. Megan Lee. Base hit on the bunt.
This is almost automatic. She's one of the best bunters in the league, gets it down and not even a chance. Places it perfectly to where Miller would probably have the best chance at getting it, but right in between Farmer and Wessler at the corners. And Lee's a threat to go, 8 stolen bases.
Haley Glass steps in, hitting .316, fouls it away. And Dane, Glass is one of the stories that Coach Nicholson loved. 6 at-bats in her career before this year. Moves into the starting role, kind of puts everything together. .316 batting average, .607 slugging percentage.
She's got some pop.
That one gets away, and Lee will move up to second.
And the thing with Haley Glass, Coach Nicholson said she's always had the athleticism, and for a player that doesn't get many opportunities at the Division I level through her first couple of years, he would have said it would have been easy for her to go to a Division II school and play a lot, but she stayed with the course, and look where she is now.
And the Zips are happy she did. That off the plate, 2-1.
She's another player that provides some speed as well. Kind of want your 2-hole hitter to have that, but also some power, so that's the recipe that Haley Glass gives you.
Third baseman, first baseman too. They're in on the corners again. 3-1 as that one misses outside.
Doesn't surprise me though, because when Lee took second base after the wild pitch, you could expect some type of sacrifice situation potentially.
Hit well to right field. Smith is there, will grab it. Lee tagging, and she will dive in safely. So runner at third, just one out for Sophia Weigast.
Good work by Lee. Cena Smith makes the easy play. Strong throw as well. And these are the things that Akron does so well, right? They're going to take advantage of the opponent's mistakes. They make the right play, whether it's defensively or base running wise, and they put the ball in play with a runner on third, right? If they have an opportunity to get a run in, they're going to, which is why they won the regular season, which is why it's tough to beat them once, let alone twice.
And Glass hit the ball to the right side of the field, which is what you're supposed to do to get the runner to third. Weigast hitting .357, takes ball one. She is the leading RBI producer for the Zips. 60 of them on the year, 11 home runs, 10 doubles for Sophia Weigast. RBI opportunity here. Pretty good pitch. Count evens at a ball and a strike.
Couple off speed from Miller, 11 home runs. Playing her pretty deep in the outfield as well.
Miller's 1-1. Catches the inside corner right under the hands, a really good location.
I mean, if she's going to be able to get that call from home plate umpire Gavin Ramsey, I mean, if she can throw that pitch consistently, there's not much Weigast can do with that.
There really isn't. That's going to be a foul ball if she makes contact with it. Here's the 1-2. Runs out of the zone, 2-2.
It's Miller's MO, right? She's going to pitch horizontally from east to west a little bit. Maybe has not as much power to go north and south. Let's see if she tries and goes back inside here.
The 2-2 to Weigast. Foul back. Good rip at it.
Got away with one there. That was middle of the plate. And Weigast just a little bit late on it. Sometimes when you see pitches on the corners, then all of a sudden you get one over the heart of the plate when you haven't seen one yet. Might be a little late on that first big swing.
Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Miller delivers. Down low. Good take. Count goes full. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Miller with the rise ball gets the strikeout. Now 2 outs with a runner at third.
Swings under it a little bit. That's right there, middle in. She just couldn't catch up to it. Credit to Miller. challenged her and she won it.
Brings up the cleanup hitter, Lily Sullivan, 335 on the year. Has 35 runs batted in. Now it takes a base hit to bring in a run. That one gets away from the catcher, and that'll get a run in. And that's why Megan Lee creates defensive chaos with her speed.
She does, and that's just a tough one for Ohio. Looks like a little bit of a rise ball that goes off the glove of Wyckoff. I know it was really tough for her to block the first one that allowed Lee to advance to second, but those are the small things that you can't do against a team like Akron. Wyckoff, if you ask her, certainly thinks she should have caught it.
Right back up the middle. Good job fielding it, but beating the throw is Sullivan, and she'll get to second on the errant throw by McDaniel. It was going to be tough for McDaniel to throw her out, and it ends up giving Sullivan an extra 60 feet, puts her in scoring position at second.
This is going to be a tough play, like you said, for McDaniel. Looks like it's actually going to get up the middle, but it slows down. McDaniel does a good job getting to it, and doesn't really, it's tough to flip your hips, but she doesn't ever set her feet. She kind of jump throws.
The problem is you can't get your shoulder turned around quick enough to get anything on that throw. So, again, it's a great stop, and I get it. You're a competitor. You're trying to get the out. You gave her an extra 60 with that throw because you just weren't going to be able to make that throw. And her front shoulder was way open because she had to extend herself so far to get the ball.
Yeah, it has not been a clean inning for.
It's a great stop. And you know, it's easy for me to sit up here and say you shouldn't have thrown it. People that played with me go, you make that same. I'm like, yeah, I get it. You want to finish the play as an infielder.
Oh, yeah.
Runner at second, 2 outs. Outside corner, strike one. That one's going to find the gap. Right center, run scores. Cantrell, stand up. Now she's going to slide. She could have stood up. RBI double for Katie Cantrell, and the Zips with a 2-1 lead.
Clean slide, too. Cantrell recently named the MAC Defensive Player of the Year. Hit just a tad under 300 coming into this one, 299, but looks like it may have just rose to that mark. Outer half, right center field, perfect approach from the Akron catcher. Sullivan scores easily, and she probably still scores if she's off first because that was deep into the gap.
And she would have been going with 2 outs. She would have been getting a good secondary lead. So ball one as Andrea Day steps in. Still a runner in scoring position. The 1-0. Wyckoff smothers it, so it'll be 2-0.
Miller gave up 2 in the first. Now, one of them might be unearned, but similar to yesterday's first inning.
Up and out of the zone, 3-0. Take strike one, 3 balls and a strike.
Both of these offenses have what it takes for this to be an offensive juggernaut fun fest. However, both pitchers in the circle know what it takes to battle with runners on base. I'm interested to see where this game's going to turn.
3-1. Popped back out of play. Count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Usually it will come down to little things. Do you give up an extra base? Are you able to make a really good defensive play? Because you're right. Both of these offenses are going to put runs on the board. 3-1. Or ball 4. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, and that will bring Selker to the plate. Sydney Selker.
If you're Selker here, you're one of the better power hitters on this team. Second in home run, the sophomore from Sarver, Pennsylvania. Watch out early in the count for her to be aggressive.
Inside corner, strike one. Outfield playing in a little bit for somebody that has some pop.
She's coming off a 3-hit game in the regular season finale against Central. 5 hits in her last 2.
Miller's 0-1. Off speed, catches the outside corner, gets ahead. No balls, 2 strikes.
Just doesn't get phased, right? Not a great sequence against Andrea Day. Gives her a free pass and then makes 2 great pitches on both sides of the plate to bounce back.
Miller's 0-2. Fouled away. Count will remain no balls, 2 strikes.
You can see why Selker's got some pop. She flips her hips so well. Good hand speed.
The 0-2 again. That one runs outside. 1-2.
Another one of these players that's had a much better year has raised her average by about 30 points. Home run total by 4 as well.
Miller's 1-2. That one misses inside off the plate. 2-2. Bobcat fans wanted that call. Miller's 2-2. Fouled away. Battle continues between Skip Miller and Sydney Selker.
If you're going to go with a rise ball or a fastball, I think you want to go in here, or you just go back to the off speed because Selker has yet to wait on it enough.
Swing and a miss. Miller gets the strikeout to end the inning, but the Zips put 2 on the board in the bottom of the first. Akron leads Ohio 2-1 the score. Stadium, the sun is out, a little cool, but softball continues here as you see some of the Akron Zips fans in attendance. Due up for the Bobcats here, top of the second. 7, 8, and 9. Jordan Wycuff, Riley McDaniel, and Cena Smith. Wycuff takes ball 1 from Maddie Jamrod. Count evens.
You want to talk about locking in after the first 3 hitters, 3 straight strikeouts. I know we mentioned more of a pitch to contact type team overall and a pitching staff, but Jamrog is 6 in the Mack in strikeouts. Granted, she's pitched 163 innings coming into today. 97 now on the season. So when she needs a K, she can find it.
Hit deep to center field. Wyckoff with the home run. Jordan Wyckoff leads off the second with a home run. Ties it at 2.
Back-to-back innings with a leadoff blast, and this is the danger, right? It's a team that hits a lot of home runs. We talked about it in the open. If they're hunting rise ball and it doesn't get high enough, it can get high and over the wall. Wyckoff, what a tournament so far for her. A grand slam just like that. The Bobcats have the score even.
Her second home run of the tournament in her second game in the tournament. But again, solo home run. Now you just go about your business and try to limit the damage if you're Maddie Jamrock.
And that's what was most impressive is that third and second, nobody out, you strike out 3.
That one kind of slips out of her hand, rolls in to even the count of the ball and a strike. Riley McDaniel, the batter. Two and 1. Missed up high. McDaniel, 259 hitter on the year. 3 and 1. Ball 4. Much like the first inning, leadoff home run and a walk to the second batter. That brings up Cena Smith.
You wonder, and I have to think it's advantage Ohio, right? The more you see a pitcher, the better you're going to be. And in the series against the Bobcats, right? Jamrock's first outing, 7 innings, a complete game. Then by the end, she was giving up 5 runs in less than 3 innings.
1-0 count to Cena Smith, the 9-hitter. Trying to flip it to the top of the order. 2-0. Cantrell going out to talk to Jamrock.
Jamrock's not a pitcher that walks a ton of hitters. She had 5 at one point against Buffalo earlier in the season and Arkansas to open the season, but that's obviously a really potent lineup in the SEC. In her last 4 appearances, she does not have more than 1 walk.
And against Ohio, they're going to hit the ball. You can't be putting runners on base. Gets the outside corner, 2 and 1.
Especially the 8-9 hitters, if it turns back to Humble, you get a couple runners on, nobody out.
Fouled back, so Jamrock now evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Cantrell and Jamrock have worked many times together. Sometimes all it takes is a short conversation and things can click back to where she needs it.
Oof, really good pitch in on the fists. Not sure how she fouled that off. She did, so it's 2 and 2.
Some good bat to ball skills, right?
Yeah. Here's the 2-2. Foul back. Battle will continue between Smith and Jamrock.
For someone that hasn't had a hit in some time, Jenna Hall certainly sees something in her, and she's able to work some tough at-bats so far in this tournament as Smith.
Right back up the middle, Jamrock. A nice job and a nice job by Wygas to pick that, as sometimes you get a little surprised that you come up with it, and she didn't step and throw, and the throw bounced in, but they're able to get the out.
I'm curious why she doesn't even flip her shoulders to second at first. It wasn't like her Hummel swings and misses. It wasn't like her middle infielders got over to second late, but she decides to go to first.
You got to get the out is first and foremost, and I think she was surprised it stuck in her mitt. Here's the 0-1, 1-1. Hummel homered to lead off the game, her first at bat. And that one is hit deep to left. Going back glass, and it's gone! 2 home runs in this game for Belle Hummel.
Wow, Dave. Goes the other way this time. She's gone to center, she's gone to left, and she just gets some air under this. Wind takes it a little bit, no more room for glass. Pitches up in the zone. The Bobcats are feasting early on. This could be a really high-scoring affair.
Third home run of the first 2 innings for the Bobcats. Belle Hummel has 2 of them. Wyckoff has the other. Here's Colleen Bear. Strike 1. So a 4-2 lead now for the Bobcats. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Fouled away.
We've seen Hummel have her fair share of great at-bats. 2 home runs in this game. Same thing with Farmer, but Bear, who has 14 home runs to lead the team, haven't seen her had a big swing yet.
And there, I think they're saying she didn't move. Got to make it out, yeah.
Oh, they're saying she moved her elbow out.
Yeah. She lifted her elbow to get the contact with her. And the home plate umpire called it immediately. He was pointing to the plate, which just means she does not get first base.
So maybe a little twitch.
That's a tough call. 1-2, and gets a piece of it. So it'll actually be 2-2 after the, that's called a ball when she was hit. So it's 2-2 count. Jamrog delivers. That's foul back.
Bear yesterday 0 for 2. Got on a couple times.
That one will be out of play on top of the dugout. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. There is stirring down in Akron's bullpen behind the left field. Well, nobody warming up, but they were moving down there. Here's the 2-2. And a nice job by Bear. Just serves it out into left field for the base hit. Nice piece of hitting.
It is, and Jamrong was going away, 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 probably because of the power. You don't want to risk going into a player like Colleen Bear with 14 home runs, and Bear finally makes the adjustment, and I think she'd much rather have the single than the hit by pitch.
Runner at first, 1 out, Farmer. That one is popped up, and the shortstop going out to make the play, Delaney Jenkinson, for the 2nd out of the inning. That will bring up Shelby Westler. Struck out in the 1st. That one will fall in foul territory. Count evens at a ball and a strike.
Similar to Bear, Westler is another one of those powerful hitters. Actually 0 for her last 7. Small little slump.
The 1-1 swings through the off-speed pitch, a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 gets a piece of the ball running away from her, so it will remain a ball and 2 strikes.
And when you go through these little ruts, sometimes it takes maybe a longer at-bat where you foul off some tough pitches, and it can just take a walk or something to find the groove again.
Up high, the rise ball is out of the zone, 2-2. Jamrock delivers, fouled back. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think an adjustment Jamrock has made, even though Hummel went the other way to left field, is that when she's going with the rise ball, she's going to try and force the Ohio hitters to go the other way with it. She's been primarily on the outside corner these last few batters. Stays that way.
Yep, runs a little bit off of the plate. Count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Good at bat by Wessler, seen a lot of pitches. And the battle will continue as that is out of play.
That was right there, more toward the middle of the plate. You're just looking for her to eventually time it up. Get that right center approach going.
Payoff pitch. Fouls it back. Really good at bat by Wessler, regardless of the outcome.
She's already at 62 pitches through 2 innings. I know pitch count doesn't mean as much, and now there's a little bit more than stirring over the left field wall, Dave.
Yeah, they were getting ready, and now it's activity in the bullpen for the Zips. Ball 4. That's a heck of a walk by Shelby Wessler. I know it sounds silly, but she took about 10, 12 pitches.
And how much does that potentially help out Izzy Wilson a little bit? I know it's the second time through, but especially on deck, if you can get a little bit more of a view, could tack on to the sleeve.
Good pitch, strike 1. So Jamrock gets ahead. Bobcats have already put 3 on the board here in the second, 4-2 lead. Right back up the middle, Jamrock throws over to first to retire the side. But the Bobcats put a crooked number on the board, a couple of home runs in this inning, and Ohio leads the Zips 4-2. Bottom of the second inning, 8-9-1 due up for the top seed, the Akron Zips, who trail 4-2. It's Delaney Jenkinson, Brooke Civic, and the leadoff hitter Megan Lee to face Skip Miller. Ball 1. Already 8 hits in the game and 3 home runs for the Bobcats.
Quite frankly, I expect there to be more. Not maybe necessarily from the Bobcats, but one of the 2 teams.
Rise ball misses up high again. 2-0.
It wasn't really until the 3rd inning that, actually I would say the 4th, where Miller started to find her groove and make the adjustment. It's the adage saying hitters are feeling out the pitcher at first. Well, for Skip Miller, who's pitched so many innings, right, it's almost that she's feeling out the lineup first, and then once it gets the second and third time through, she has so many tricks up her sleeve that she can be better.
3-1, misses up high. Zips trying to get the leadoff hitter on base. Swings through it, count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Jenkinson, 25 strikeouts on the season. This is an important pitch because you got 2 speedsters coming up in Civic and then, of course, Megan Lee.
Here's the payoff pitch. Ball 4, leadoff walk.
Something you will always see Craig Nicholson teams do, right? We saw Wygass strike out. Yeah, that was on a 3-2 count. Same thing with Selkert, but they're going to battle, right? It's never going to be easy for Skip Miller, but if you're going to have someone in the circle that's going to battle right back, it is Skip Miller.
First and third, halfway down the lines. Outside ball 1. Civic moving up, trying to slap it. Left fielder also playing in a couple of steps, and the center fielder is
left center.
Yeah, she's shaded way to center field. That one hits the upper edge of the outside corner. Ball and a strike. A lot of movement around the infield, and that's what Civic wants. Wants the ability to shoot it somewhere.
She has 0 extra base hits on the year.
She did not swing at it, so it'll be 2 balls and a strike. They appeal that to the third base umpire. Well, the way she can get one is if she puts one in the gap, she can be running for a while. 2-1. And that one is fouled back.
Civic, a 4-year player for the Zips, actually was one of the better players in the MAC in 2023, hitting .361 as a freshman, just not having maybe the greatest year as a senior.
Here's the 2-2. Just foul. And Wessler was camped on that line about 45 feet from home plate, which reactions better be quick.
That's why they call it the high corner.
Not a great feeling seeing that barrel of the bat coming at you. Here's the 2-2. Gets a piece of it, and Wessler, or the catcher, Wycuff rather, grabs the rebound, and it's a strikeout. I don't know that I've seen that.
I want to
often.
see this again. Did it hit her chest protector first, or do you call that a strikeout or
It is
F2?
a strikeout. It's a strikeout. It just didn't hit the ground. It's like holding on to the. It's a foul tip, but it hits the glove, and then she reacts to it.
Oh,
Great
man.
reaction. Strike 1. Miller gets ahead. Done the third strike on a tip. You just can't let it hit the ground. Megan Lee, bunt single and scored. Runner going, and she will be out. Her slide stopped her short of the bag.
Yeah,
she had it beat, and then like she stuck.
Yeah, so I thought she was easily going to beat this. You're right, Dave. Watch her feet, so her feet doesn't get there in time. Oh, she might be out. I mean, she had a good jump. Jenkinson doesn't like the call, but this is a poor slide because she tries to go feet first, and like you said, she gets stuck, so her feet can't reach out and touch the bag.
They're going to review it. I think she's going to end up being out. I think they were right. So the slide, what happens is if you don't get on your butt in turf, you stick. And she, like her knee, the weight was coming on her knee, and she stuck. And then she didn't get to the base. She realized it, tried to get to the base, and they tagged her. So take a look at her knee, her front knee here.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what makes her stick.
Nope. Yeah,
that's going to be close.
It's that front hand. Did that
Right.
front hand get in because her feet don't touch the bag?
But right there she sticks. And The question is, that's going to be close.
I think it's not enough to overturn, to be honest with you. I think that right hand of Jenkinson might have gotten in there. Jenkinson, it would be the 7th time she's been caught stealing. It would be 7 of 14 on the season.
And this one, you just got to get that. If she gets it more on her thigh as opposed to her knee, the knee makes it, you got your weight going into the knee, and she's stuck. So right there.
Oh, you know,
she might have gotten in.
I think she got in, but I don't think they're going to overturn it just because it's so close.
This is a pretty good look at it.
Oh.
I don't know if she might have got the hand in. I don't know if they got the. You might be right. You might not be able to overturn it.
I think
you can't.
Maybe
there's
if you
no depth perception.
If you had to slow it down like frame by frame, I think the fingertips probably get in before the tag from McDaniel is applied. But fantastic production crew giving us so many good looks at this.
There you see her sticking there. I don't know if you can.
That's the best look
I don't know if
we're going to have, but I don't think they can overturn this. They're going to look at this for a while because they're going to see that it's so close, but
all right, so they will tell us what the result of the replay is here momentarily, as they have to go into a room to take a look at it. And we will get the verdict here. And she did get the hand in there, so it goes as a stolen base. One count on Lee.
someone who's going to put it in play, too.
Again, this speed puts pressure on your defense. And they got a lot of speed, bottom of the order to the top. And there's a nice pitch by Skip Miller to get ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'd be surprised if she's able to convert with a strikeout, considering Lee has just been retired via that result only 10 times this year, especially good 2-strike hitter as well.
The 1-2 off the plate, 2-2.
That is not what Lee was looking for. She tailed off that pitch probably earlier than she should have, just a little bit low.
Miller's 2-2, foul back. It will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled away, count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the second, Akron down 2, but runner in scoring position at second with the top of the order due up. Miller delivers, Lee continues to get a piece of some pretty good pitches.
Her contact skills are so good is that if she already swung and missed 1 time in this at-bat, you're very rarely going to find it happen twice, right? If she gets a pitch she doesn't like, probably just going to foul it off in this 2-strike situation.
2-2. Called strike 3. Change speeds and gets the strikeout.
This is a gorgeous pitch. And I think she noticed that Lee was getting toward the front of the box much earlier than she probably should have on the off speed. You think back to the pitch she just missed on the outside corner. And Miller probably thinks, all right, I'm just going to throw this one for a strike, and clearly she wasn't looking for that.
That one slips out of her hand, and it's ball one to Haley Glass. Glass flew out to right in her first at bat. Looking for a base hit to pick up an RBI. Cut this Ohio Bobcat lead to 1. Miller. Good pitch. Outside corner right at the knees. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Couple of steps deeper in left than center right for Glass, and she hits one to center in the air. Hummel will catch it, and the side is retired. We head to the third. Bobcats leading the Zips 4-2. Jenna Hall, head coach of the Ohio Bobcats. 4th season in charge, has been coach of the year in the conference a couple of times, and her Bobcats are playing well.
They are, right? And she knew with the power of this year's team, despite coming in without a bye like they did last year, they were the 2 seed, a game away a couple times against the rival Miami from winning the 2025 MAC championship, that they were going to be a tough out because they believe they can hit pretty well any pitcher in this conference, and they have shown that so far.
1-1 the count to Sydney Young, who will lead off the 3rd inning. Tough act to follow leading off here. The first 2 innings, Bobcats have homered. 2-1 the count.
Young, another one of those hitters that's still looking for her first hit of this MAC tournament. Only has 18 on the year, hasn't gotten a ton of regular ABs to the regular season.
Foul back, count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hit the other way. Andrea Day right there for the first out of this 3rd inning. That'll bring up Jordan Wyckoff. Hit a leadoff home run last inning, her 2nd of this MAC championship tournament. Hard hit, backhanded by Civic, throws over to first. And the first 2 are retired quickly here in the 3rd for the Bobcats.
Good sign for Jan Rung. She hasn't gotten many balls put in play on the ground. You understand she's a rise ball pitcher. The ball is going to be hit into the air, but her infield a lot of times is going to be able to take care of her. It's a nice 1-2 punch up the middle with Jenkinson and Civic.
Outside ball 1 to Riley McDaniel. McDaniel walked and scored last inning. That one misses outside, a little high, 2-0.
McDaniel, we have mentioned a lot of power. Ahead 2-0 here. She has the ability to elevate.
That one catches the outside part of the plate, 2-1. And the outfield playing her deep.
Is that call much to the displeasure of many Bobcat fans?
Good off-speed pitch by Jamrock. Changeup drops in there, 2-2. That one is hit to center field, and it will drop in for a base hit. Riley McDaniel, a 2-out single. A lot of topspin on that. That dived.
She got jammed. This was a good pitch in the inner half by Jamrock. She was kind of afraid to go on that middle end, but when she was giving up those home runs in the second. But this is the difference, right? Which team can hit better with 2 outs? So far, it has been the Bobcats.
Cena Smith, and that'll be Civic gathering it for the final out of the inning. So no damage done in the third. We head to the bottom of the third. Bobcats leading the Zips 4-2. At Akron Zips head coach Craig Nicholson, the Mid-American Conference Coach of the Year with good reason. 21-6 in conference play.
He's a winner wherever he's gone, and it wasn't the easiest job trying to build this Akron program back up, but look where he has them now as the regular season champion. A lot of success at Ball State, even in the MAC, before his time at Arizona State, and even Texas A&M Kingsville.
Weigast, ground ball, handled by Wessler, throws over to Farmer, and the number 3 hitter retired with 1 pitch, 5-3 on the ground out. Gonna bring up Lily Sullivan. Singled and got to second on an error and then scored in her first at bat. Change of speed, drops in, strike 1. Good changeup. It's the change drop as they refer to it. Check swing, it's foul. 0-2. That one runs off the plate, 1-2. And Sullivan did not chase. Miller's 1-2. Strike 3, rise ball, a swing and a miss.
It's still in the third, but this is the cleanest inning that Skip Miller has had so far. And when she's able to find her rhythm in one, it can very often translate to the next two. Sometimes you're talking about presence and boxing in the circle, 2 attributes that Skip Miller has.
Called strike 1 to Katie Cantrell. Cantrell doubled.
Yeah, and she's going with everything now, right? She's throwing the kitchen sink. She's throwing everything for strikes.
Has 5 strikeouts here in the third to Skip Miller. That one runs away from Cantrell, swings through it, 0-2. Miller's 0-2. Up high out of the zone, 1-2.
Common sequence, 0-2. You go rise ball, doesn't chase up, maybe a little too far up. You go off speed or just try and locate on that outside corner like you did with that second pitch.
Cantrell, ground ball. Handled by McDaniel, throws to first side, is retired in order in the bottom of the third. We head to the fourth. Ohio leading Akron by 2. Welcome back to Firestone Stadium, top of the fourth. Leadoff hitter Belle Hummel steps in. Has homered to lead off the first and has homered in the second. 2 home runs already in this ball game for Belle Hummel.
Love that from Jamrock. She goes right at her.
Just off the plate inside, count evens at 1-1.
That is not the type of pitcher she is, and she understands bases are empty. She's got speed. She's got to go after her here.
Check swing, gets ahead. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And that's where she's got to locate it, right? If she can locate a rise ball or high velocity pitches in on the plate, as Hummel takes some time here, that's going to be difficult for Hummel to try and turn on that. Both pitches relatively middle to the outer half of the plate that she went deep on.
Here's the 1-2. Pretty good pitch, misses though, 2-2. Off speed, away, trying to get her to pound it into the ground. The 2-2 in the air. Glass under it and grabs it for the first out of the 4th inning.
You're playing with fire, but you're down 2, you need outs. Goes after her and just got under one a little bit, and that's that rise ball movement just a little bit more up in the zone for Hummel to swing underneath it, 1 away.
Well, the other thing, you put runners on base, you're really playing with fire with this offense, so you got to go after them. Ball 1. Colleen Bear walked in the first, singled in the second. Hit to left field. Glass runs it down in foul territory, and she has taken care of the first 2 hitters in this 4th.
This is the type of clean inning that Jamrog needs. She's looking for her first 1-2-3 frame, especially with the rhythm that Skip Miller has found. She's retired 6 in a row and looked awfully confident back in the 3rd.
Farmer steps in and takes outside ball 1. Farmer doubled in the first, popped out to the shortstop last inning, or in the second rather. Good pitch at the knees, inside corner, 1-1. Jamrock settling in a little bit. Inside, Farmer swings through it, 1-2. She faced 6 batters in the first, 8 in the second, only 4 in the third. Misses outside, 2-2. Trying to, as you mentioned, go 3 up, 3 down here in the fourth. The 2-2 hit well to right center and run down in the gap by Megan Lee. So 3 fly ball outs in the fourth. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Ohio still leading by 2. Zips fans looking for a little offense here in the bottom of the fourth. 6, 7, and 8 due up. Andrea Day, Sydney Selker, Delaney Jenkinson due up against Skip Miller, who, as you mentioned, Dane has retired 6 in a row. Runs back over the outside part of the plate, strike 1.
If you're Akron, right, retired 6 in a row, and it's been soft contact as well. You just need a line drive to see if that hitting can become contagious and translate to the rest of your lineup.
The 0-1, good off-speed pitch. Changing speeds, gets ahead, no balls, 2 strikes.
The reason why I say that is because the longer it goes, Miller is a very rhythmic pitcher, right? She's starting to locate with all 3 of her pitches.
Here's the 0-2. That one runs away from the catcher Wycuff.
And if you're, whether it's Day, Selker, or Jenkinson, or Civic, who would be due up if someone gets on base for the Zips, is that thinking early in the count because Miller's really starting to fill up the zone.
The 1-2 off the plate, 2-2. Day walked in the first. Called strike 3.
This is an ace pitch right here. Just dots the outside corner.
6.
Horizontal spin right back over the plate. Not much you can do if you're Day.
6th strikeout of the game for Miller. Sydney Selker, one of those 6 strikeouts in her first at bat, takes strike 1.
And mind you, the most strikeouts Miller has had in a game this season is 7, and we're only in the 4th inning.
Ahead now, no balls and 2 strikes. Selker unable to catch up with the inside rise ball. Miller's 0-2. Runs off the plate, 1-2. That one misses off the plate again, 2-2.
Something to mention, right? Miller has 6 strikeouts. Akron, albeit a lot more at bats because they've hit well, they have the most strikeouts in the MAC hitting-wise. 261. Second is Buffalo at 235.
That one misses inside. Count goes full. So a nice job to battle back by Selker. Was down 0-2, now it's full at 3-2. Ball 4.
Sometimes that's just what you need, right? I felt like Miller was trying to nibble too much around the corners there. I understand Selker had some power and maybe missed her spot a couple of times, and now you have to take advantage of this. Part of what makes Akron's offense go is runners on base, and like you mentioned, creating havoc. You have a speedster up to the plate now in Jenkins.
Jenkins walked in her previous plate appearance. Trying to go the other way, it is out of play.
And I like that approach, right? Miller just walked a hitter. She's been filling up the strike zone, especially the last 2 frames. You want to be aggressive early because you really haven't had a hard hit ball since back in the first.
That one misses outside, 1-1 the count. Sharp hit, that one's headed to the gap. Selker will round third and score. And Jenkinson slides in with an RBI triple.
Just when it seemed like Miller was finding her rhythm, all it took was 1 base runner. Wasn't even a hit. And Jenkinson barrels it up, very similar to the Cantrell RBI double, and with Jenkinson's speed, she's thinking 3 all the way. It takes that little bounce away from Hummel, and now with less than 2 outs, you have the tying run at third, and looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter here.
And it will be Morgan Sizemore pinch hitting for Civic. RBI opportunity.
You understand this move, though. Although Civic might be more of a contact hitter, she's much less likely to hit the ball to the outfield. So if you're not going to go with a safety squeeze type play, you're going to go with more of a power threat here.
And that is hit to left. And a nice job to grab it by Wilson. Not deep enough for the speedy Jenkinson to score. So the fly out is the second out of the inning, and now it will take a base hit by Megan Lee. Mentioned the series they played, the 3-game series. Megan Lee, 2 for 3, 2 for 4, 2 for 3. 2 hits in each of the games of the 3-game series against the Bobcats. She already has a hit and a strikeout, which you don't see very often.
You have a feeling with both these offenses contributing, but also Jamrog and Miller have found their rhythm a little bit, that it's going to be these type of at-bats. You know it's going to be close. You have an ace through many years in the MAC in Miller versus a senior in Megan Lee, who has hit time and time again.
Yeah, and it's a 4-3 game. So we expected this to be really competitive. It's going to come down to, can you get a 2-out hit like you have right here? Can you move runners over when you have the opportunity? And can you take advantage of RBI situations? It's fundamental
And it feels like the league has had a little bit more parity this year, considering last year you felt Ohio was one of those dominant teams that can make a run, and so was Miami. But by no means you come into this matchup thinking that Akron's just going to blow the 4-seed Bobcats away. You knew it was going to be close.
So Megan Lee. Strike one. Skip Miller gets ahead.
Where does Lee adjust? Because she clearly was way off the mark, didn't want to go after any of the off-speed pitches. I think Miller would want to go back to that, especially with 2 strikes.
Here's the 0-1. Base hit out into left field. RBI single for Megan Lee. Knots the game at 4.
It's what she does. Up in the zone, slashes it the other way. Heck of an effort by the shortstop, McDaniel. But how many hits of that same exact type as she had throughout her career? A ton of them. Tie game.
Haley Glass, who's flied out twice, hits one, and that one's in the gap in right center. Lee can fly. She's going to score from first without any problem. And the Zips put 3 on the board in the 4th. And a double by Haley Glass gives them the lead.
Greg Nicholson told us about her story that we talked about earlier, that she's got the athleticism and power. We always saw that just for everything to click this year. It was just a joy for him as a coach, and now he sees it click on the biggest stage.
Sophia Weigast steps in, another RBI opportunity, and that one is hit to right center, and it will be run down by Belle Hummel in center field for the 3rd out. But the Zips put 3 on the board in the bottom of the 4th to take a 5-4 lead on Ohio. Firestone Stadium as we get set for top of the 5th inning. And it is the middle of the order for the Ohio Bobcats, now down a run. Shelby Wessler, Izzy Wilson, Sydney Young. Wessler takes ball 1 from Maddie Jamrog, who has settled in pretty nicely. 2-0.
We saw Wessler have one of the better plate appearances for Ohio in this game. 0 for her last 8. Does that walk straighten out her swing?
Foul back, 2-1 the count. Winner of this gets to advance to the winner's bracket final, if you will, tomorrow. Loser might have to come back and play later tonight.
Right there. That would be Ohio. that would have to come back and potentially play later. Of course, we have Northern Illinois and
Right.
Western Michigan up next. Should be a good one.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. That is the 4th strikeout for Jamrock, but the first since she struck out 3 in the first inning. Inside corner, right at the knees, and she gets ahead of Wilson. Strike 1.
Last time Ohio went down in this game, it was in the 2nd. They immediately responded.
Fouled back, so Jamrock ahead. No balls, 2 strikes.
Just when you thought Skip Miller was ready to cruise through another portion of the Zips lineup, they responded rather quickly. Just need to get one on. Things can turn.
The 0-2. Beat into the ground. Cantrell, nice play. Oh, that's why you're seeing the Defensive Player of the Year right there. That is not an easy play. Able to hop up and make the play at first.
Wilson doesn't get out of the box that quickly, and yeah, she's out by maybe half a step. Right on the money. Was a rocket from Cantrell. Got her shoulders pointed to her Wygast at first. Perfect.
2 outs. Outside corner. 1-1 the count. Young fouls it back. A ball and 2 strikes. Jamrock's 1-2, changeup misses, 2-2. Jamrock has retired 6 in a row, 9 of the last 10 Bobcat batters. Foul back, 2-2.
Seems like she's got a little bit more to her off speed, and also that rise ball has had a little bit more movement, right?
Count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I know there's 2 outs, but it's kind of similar to the Selker plate appearance where she worked to walk and then her teammates were able to pick her up. This is a strong at-bat.
Battle continues. Full count. Off the plate, ball 4.
Just miss. Horizontal movement to the outer half of the plate. Jamrock wanted that one, and I understand why. This one was just off the corner. A little bit outside. Give credit, though, to Cantrell. She does a good job of trying to fool the home plate umpire, Gavin Ramsey.
Jordan Wycuff will be the batter, but running is going to be Mikey Living.
He's running now at first base for Ohio.
Who knows? We might see Mikey as a pitcher as well. We know she throws for them.
And it's going to be Craig Nicholson with a little meeting in the circle.
Been a while since the last base runner for Ohio. That was back in the 3rd on a bloop single by Riley McDaniel. And if you think really the last hard hit ball for the Bobcats, you have to go back to maybe Hummel's second home run. Bear kind of lofted one to left field for a base hit. McDaniels was a bloop. So if anyone's going to turn around, though, it's Jordan Wycuff at the plate, who is one of a couple players, along with her teammate Hummel, that has multiple home runs in this tournament. And with one swing, she can easily give the Bobcats the lead.
So Nicholson going over how they want to approach Wycuff. inside, misses. Ball one. Outfield straightaway and reasonably deep for Wyckoff. 2-0. Second baseman Civic will grab it. Side is retired. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Akron leading Ohio 5-4. This was a good one as they put 3 on the board. Jenkinson with the RBI triple. And then you got Megan Lee with a single that scored Jenkinson. Hallie Glass comes through with an RBI double, and that gives Ohio a 5-4 lead. And in the circle, a new pitcher, Keegan Moore, saw her for a third of an inning in the first game and has pitched a third of an inning in 2 different games against the Zips. One was pretty good, third of an inning. No damage, and then one of them, third of an inning, and the Zips got to her for 3 runs, 4 hits, a walk.
Third of an inning yesterday, closed it out. Skip Miller just short of a complete game, but not a pitcher that gives Ohio usually a ton of length, but with Miller getting a little roughed up last inning, you change the look.
Lily Sullivan is the batter, has singled and struck out. Moore ahead in the count with strike 1. In the air. Left fielder Wilson calls off the shortstop and grabs it for the first out of the inning.
I understand that Akron hit pretty well against her back on April 24th. Third of an inning, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. But it's a pitcher that you haven't seen nearly as much as Miller. And if Jenna Hall likes what she has seen through the end of the season, pitched 3 innings against UMass, was pretty good there. Came in for the final out yesterday. Then it can give Miller a little bit of rest, knowing that, one, if you lose this game, you might have to pitch later today if NIU or if Western Michigan beats NIU.
Ball 1. Gets the outside corner that time to Katie Cantrell. Cantrell has doubled and grounded out to the shortstop. Nice pitch inside.
Really good pitch. Moore's not a pitcher that's going to get a ton of strikeouts. Only has last time she had multiple strikeouts was all the way back on April 8th. Hasn't had a strikeout in her last 4 appearances.
Here's the 1-2 off the plate, 2-2.
only pitched 3 times a year ago and 5 times in 2024. Really getting an opportunity as a senior.
Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's fouled off. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Gets a strikeout.
Gorgeous off-speed pitch from Keegan Moore. A little bit slower of a look from Skip Miller, and that just spins toward the outer half of the plate, way too far out in front for Cantrell. And that's kind of been a theme for the Zips, right? They haven't necessarily timed up whether it's Miller or Moore off-speed pitches too well.
That one is hit to left field, and Wilson will grab it to retire Andrea Day. Keegan Moore comes in, retires the side in order. We head to the 6th inning. 5-4, Akron leads. Sixth inning at Firestone Stadium, 8-9-1 due up for the Ohio Bobcats. Riley McDaniel, Cena Smith, Bell Hummel facing Maddie Jamrog, who has settled in, gets strike 1. McDaniel walked and scored. Now down 0-2. Walked and scored in the second, singled in the third.
Jamrog has really started to lock down that fastball in the outside corner.
Trying to see how far out she can go with the ball. 1-2.
You can get at least 1 on. You like where you're at if you're Ohio because you could get the middle of your order up and take the lead.
Fouled back. Count remains ball and 2 strikes.
And Maddie Jamrog has not given Craig Nicholson a reason for him to think about going to someone like Macy Walters. It's just because she's gotten better as the game has gone along.
That one misses up high. 2-2.
The danger of this, though, Dave, is that Ohio's such a home run-ridden team, and it's a 1-run game. All it takes is 1 swing.
And that one is hit to left, and a nice job as it will be grabbed by Glass out in left field, first out.
Left one over the middle of the plate. McDaniel just couldn't elevate it enough. I think she was a little bit out in front of that one. If she sits back on it a little bit more, that might hit the gap.
Cena Smith steps in. Foul back, strike 1.
Don't let Smith's stat line fool you. She's actually had some really good at-bats, including her first time hit it sharply right back to Jamrog, who was honestly surprised it ended up in her glove.
The 0-1. Misses up high, 1-1.
And it's crucial for Jamrog to get it out of Smith here because then she can attack Hummel a lot easier with the bases empty.
Good off-speed pitch, swings through it. 1-2. Jamrock gave up 1 in the first, 2 in the third, 3 home run balls, and hasn't been scored on since. And we're in the 6th. 2-2. Fouled back. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. Off the plate. Count goes full.
This is about their 3rd or 4th at bat that Cena Smith has had 3-2. Will she finally get rewarded for it?
Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Jamrock. Retires the first 2 of the 6th, and in steps Belle Hummel.
Late.
Yep, rise ball.
Yep.
Some late rise to it. And now they're going to talk about how they want to go and pitch Belle Hummel. Homered in the first to lead things off. Homered in the second. So 2 home runs in this ball game. There's one of them to center, the other the opposite way. And Hummel steps in with 2 outs and her team down a run in the 6th inning. In off the plate, ball 1. Off the plate again inside, 2-0. Zips fans want the strike called, 2-0. 3-0.
I have to say there are some both Zips and Bobcat fans that are entertaining.
That one over the outside part of the plate, so 3-1.
Heads up pitch there by Jamrock, went off speed. She didn't want a green light 3-0 blast.
A walk to Hummel with 2 outs in the 6th. That'll bring up Colleen Bear.
I don't think Jenna Hall will take the risk against the Defensive Player of the Year, but Hummel is your best base stealer. Bear hasn't shown a ton of pop in this tournament the past few days. Did they send it?
She does have 14 home runs, and she's hit.
Well, don't have to worry about that now. So now you have a couple runners on, and this was a hitter in Brenna Farmer that was arguably the best hitter of the MAC tournament last year. She comes up in a massive spot. It's who you want at the plate.
She doubled in the first, popped out to the shortstop, flew out to center. Craig Nicholson coming out. Middle of the order.
Yeah, a little bit of gamesmanship here, right? They talked before Hummel came to the plate and a slow walk from Craig Nicholson. A lot of times when it's not going your way, that's one thing to calm down the hitter, but 2, it can make the hitter think a little bit, right? If there's more time in between, a lot of times you just want to go up with your approach and swing away.
Farmer has a couple of doubles in this tournament. She doubled that drove in 3 in the win against Central Michigan in the first round. She doubled in the first inning.
2 outs, anything to the gap with Bear running. Bobcats likely to take the lead.
We got Hummel, even better.
Oh, yeah.
And she is gap to gap, is Brenna Farmer. Inside, strike 1 by Jamrock.
It's a risky pitch. Don't love that. If I'm the Bobcats, I would have liked to see her be a little bit more aggressive.
Goes outside, 1-1. Ground ball, Civic. Side retired. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Zips leading by a run. Stadium. Sun playing peekaboo here. Kind of a cool day, and Zip fans hoping for an insurance run or two here in the bottom of the 6th. Zips leading 5-4. Selker, Jenkinson, and Civic due up. Strike one by Keegan Moore.
The advantage for Moore is that this part of the order still hasn't seen her yet, and that off-speed pitch worked quite nicely for her in her first inning of work. She starts off with it in her second.
Yeah, this is the part of the order that got that rally going in the 3-run fourth. Foul back, and she's ahead, no balls, 2 strikes.
She hasn't left anything over the middle of the plate, and that's been the difference because she's not going to blow you away with velocity. So, 1, she's keeping you off balance, and 2, jam Selker in on the hands there.
Yeah, to your point, only 2 balls, 9 strikes in her 11 pitches. And I jinxed her. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Do you believe in that, Dave, the broadcast
Not
jinx?
even a little bit.
Well, someone told me if we were able to influence the outcome of the game, then broadcasters would be paid just as much as players.
Here's the 1-2. Off the plate again, 2-2. Trying to get Selker to chase. She wouldn't. She walked with a 1 out to start that 3-run rally in the 4th. Two by Moore. Count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I like how that pitch has some run toward the inner half of the plate, but it started too far in there. It's a big spot because Selker did the same thing last time, worked a deep count, ended up getting a walk, scored on the Jenkinson triple.
Moore's payoff pitch, ball 4. Leadoff runner on in the 6th for the Zips. And you mentioned it last time up, Delaney Jenkinson found the gap and ended up with a triple. Looks like we might be getting a pinch runner for the Zips. Kenzie Gaddy will be the pinch runner.
Pinch running to first base for the Zips now, number 85, Kenzie Gaddy.
So Gaddy pinch running at first. Outside corner, strike 1 for Keegan Moore. Corner's cheating in. That one misses up high. Ball and a strike. Popped up. Farmer will grab it. First out. Good pitch by Moore. Had her way out in front of that. Brooke Civic will step in. She re-entered after being pinch hit for. Ball 1.
If Moore's able to throw strikes, if you're Civic, what you want to do, force them to make a play. You have good speed with Gaddy as a pinch runner and also Civic. And create some havoc, maybe even lay down a bunt here. You can get Megan Lee with a runner in scoring position.
Trying to line that down the left field line. It is foul.
There's not much room in between third and left. Izzy Wilson thinking that she can't hit it over her head.
It is foul.
And that's one Civics. It's tough to pull back on that, but that's one where.
Yeah, that's almost self-defense. That was in on her. Got in on her. Good pitch by Keegan Moore. So now 1-2. Swing and a miss. And a nice pitch by Moore. 2 outs.
It's a massive out because it prevents Megan Lee from coming up with multiple runners on. Now she hits gap to gap as breaking pitch down in the zone. Moore has looked quite sharp through an inning and 2/3.
Lee singled and scored in the first, struck out in the second, singled and scored in the fourth. Strike one, inside part of the plate. The outfield is playing shallow, which means she can find the line drive. She can run a long way with a gap. Fouled. Moore doing a nice job getting ahead.
And she's keeping things down in the zone, right? That's either going to induce ground balls, especially with her high velocity stuff. She's keeping it down in the zone. Breaking pitches might be a little bit up, but Akron, like I mentioned throughout this game, hasn't barreled up a ton of off-speed pitches.
The 0-2. Off the plate. 1-2.
Due up for Ohio in the 7th will be 4, 5, 6, Wessler, Wilson, and then Sydney Young.
Off speed away. 2-2.
She had the big hit to tie it. Can she provide the insurance as well?
Moore delivers. Foul back. Moore's 2-2. Line drive right at the right fielder, Cena Smith. Side is retired without any damage. We head to the 7th. Akron leading Ohio 5-4. The Ohio Bobcats need a run here in the 7th inning. They trail 5-4. Shelby Wessler, Izzy Wilson, Sydney Young facing Maddie Jamrog. Ball 1.
Haven't scored in 4 innings.
Well, they haven't. They have not had a hit since the 3rd. A couple of walks and a hit batter. But the last hit was Riley McDaniel in the 3rd. One and one to count. Outside corner. 1-2.
That's where Jamrog needs to live.
The 1-2. Out into right field. And it will be handled without any problem by Andrea Day. 1 out.
Good jump. They were playing her straight up. day. Step back first, came in, good speed out there.
Brings up Izzy Wilson. Struck out in the first, grounded out to the pitcher in the second, grounded out to the catcher on a nice play by Cantrell in the fifth. Ball one.
It's part of the order. Wessler, Wilson, and Young really has been a part of the order that hasn't really found their swing yet in this tournament.
Nice pitch. Hits the inside corner under the hands, 1-1. Living there again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jamrog ahead of Izzy Wilson. Spoils a good pitch. Count will remain, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Just protect Moto. Like how she goes back outside, but Wilson seemed like she didn't want any business with that pitch in the inner half of the plate that ended up a strike a couple times.
The 1-2. That one is drilled to right, and it is gone! A home run! Izzy Wilson ties it with a laser shot to right.
Holy cow, beat her in twice. You're not gonna beat me in again. Caught a little bit more in the middle of the plate, just down the line fair. And wow, is that a clutch hit.
Timed it perfectly, and that got out in a hurry. Tied at 5 in the 7th. Strike 1 to Sydney Young. No pitch. Something was by the outside, in play, outside of the dugout. So it remains no balls, 1 strike. Foul back. Jamrog ahead 0-2.
That's something you know about Jamrog. Despite the home runs given up, she's just going to continue to attack and attack again. You wonder if this thing continues through extras. Is Craig Nicholson just going to continue with her the whole way? She's at 140.
The 0-2. Jamrog, a nice job to go back and grab that for the second out of the inning. Well, she's given up 4 home runs. 3 of them are solos and 1 is a 2-run homer. And that, a good hitting team, you keep runners off base and you have a chance to be where you're at. Tied with 2 outs here in the 7th. Outside corner, strike 1.
I like that. Jamrog takes a little bit off. If you're Wycuff, a couple home runs in this tournament, probably thinking early, rise ball.
In the air. Day giving chase, grabs it in foul territory, and they work around the solo home run, but the Bobcats tie it up. 5-5, we're heading to the bottom of the 7th. Stadium, bottom of the 7th. The home run by the Bobcats ties it up, so now the Zips bring 2, 3, and 4 to the plate. Haley Glass doubled in a run her last at bat. Ball 1 has also flied out to right field and flied out to center. So Glass has elevated the ball all 3 times. Facing Keegan Moore, though, for the first time, who's been really good in relief of Skip Miller. Hit out to left, and a bad angle coming in, and it's going to end up as a leadoff double by Haley Glass. Wilson got a little fooled, came running in, and it was hit a little bit harder, got over her head.
Glass was a little bit out in front of it. If she waits a little bit, this is probably gone, but yeah, that's just, you got to take your first step back there, and now a fast runner at second base, but not someone you're probably going to sacrifice with Wygast. Chance to win it.
Wygast 0 for 3 for the game. Ball 1 outside.
She struck out once, 0 for 3, but you just want to put the ball in play, right? Force the Ohio defense to make a play.
Flew out to center her last at bat. Two and 0. Moore's 2-0. Off the plate, ball 3. Wygast has the green light, 3-0, fouls it back.
I don't hate that, right?
No.
You know she's trying to groove in a strike. You can swing and end it.
Base hit wins the game, so leave your RBI, your best RBI batter. She has 60. Give her a chance to rip. 3-1 is the count. Ball 4.
So now what I think Craig Nicholson's going to do, I would assume maybe he puts a pinch runner in here for Wygast and Sullivan, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Sullivan, who not a ton of power, this is an obvious sacrifice situation, and indeed we see the pinch runner.
Ava Hensley is the pinch runner. And it is Lily Sullivan. Singled and scored in the first, struck out in the third, and flew out to left field in the 5th. Popped up the bunt. Wessler grabs it, and you see the reaction by Sullivan.
Got her in on the hands, right, and tried to lay it down. Didn't look like she got the bat far enough out over the plate. But credit to the base runners for not trying to get too much of a head start. At least for the Zips, it's not a double play.
That brings Katie Cantrell to the plate. Doubled in the first. That one gets away from the catcher, and the runners will advance.
Oh, that's essentially the same thing now. So now Sullivan's bunt. I mean, Ohio's thankful that she wasn't able to lay it down because that could have won the game. But now if you're Cantrell, just put the ball in play. Maybe just deep enough or to one of the middle infielders.
Yeah, they may put her on first and bring up Andrea Day.
I would assume they would, because then anything you could get that force at home.
All right. Top-seeded Zips trying to advance to the winner's bracket final, if you will. We've got Northern Illinois and Western Michigan for a spot opposite the winner of this game tomorrow morning. Still plenty to be decided here.
The difficult thing for Ohio is Glass can absolutely fly.
Fouled away.
It's the type of out the Bobcats are looking for. Some type of pop-up. Outfield's got to be relatively in to try and cut down Glass on a fly ball.
Well, you're supposed to play where you know you can throw the runner out at home. That's the whole mindset of both the infielders and the outfielders. Ball hit at you, you have to be able to get the out at the plate. 2-1 now to count.
Oh boy. And now you question you're behind 3-1 with first base open. Maybe you try and get her to chase here. It wouldn't hurt.
Well, the other thing is or you just don't give her anything so you can get her to chase and get weaker contact. Bases are loaded now, so you have to force it. It's not an intentional walk, but the result is the same. So Andrea Day now will step in, has walked, struck out, and flew out to left field.
Day's got speed, so anything for these Ohio infielders, you're probably thinking going home. It's going to be tough to double her up.
Oh, you have to come home. And
Yep.
they're playing in, they're coming home. The only thing you can't do if you're a base runner is run into a tag situation where you can turn it into a double play. Outside corner, 1-1.
Day without a hit, 0 for 2 with a walk, but did have a line out to left last time.
Swings through it. Good rip. Moore now ahead. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
She's got some room to work with, but with your off-speed pitch, she's spiked it a couple of times. With Glass off third, does she feel like she can go to it here ahead 1-2?
Strikeout would be huge for the Bobcats. Here's the 1-2. Hit to right, grabbed by Smith. Here's the throw home, and Glass is safe. Sack fly wins it for the Zips. So they will appeal. As the officiating crew talking about it. So the Bobcats are challenging that Glass left early. They're going to go and review to take a look at it. It was a good throw by Cena Smith.
It was, just Glass is so
She's
darn fast.
Yep. And Cena Smith played it really well.
She did.
Because you're taught catch it coming in, momentum coming towards the plate. It was a good throw. Only the game riding on this replay.
I know. It's going to be tough.
So look at the Zips, hoping that the replay confirms the call on the field that Haley Glass left on time, beat the throw.
Hoping to talk to either if the call stands. Either Andrea Day, which would be a game-winning sac fly for her.
Right.
Or head coach Craig Nicholson. Boy, would this be a turn of events if she did leave early, but it's tough to, look at that because usually everyone's looking at the ball.
Yep.
But smart by Ohio to just I think for Glass, yes, she got there awfully quickly, but
she's fast.
Oh yeah, I mean you would have had to have it. One of the better throws we've seen in this tournament to gun her down.
Okay, so here is the decision on the appeal.
After review, the call at third base is confirmed.
Zips win it on a sacrifice fly by Andrea Day. Haley Glass beats the throw, which was a pretty good one from Cena Smith, and the Zips advance with a 6-5 win. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We will wrap it up when we return. The Zips, the top seed, winners in the second round, 6-5 over the Ohio Bobcats. Stadium, let's head down to the field. Dane Richardson is with Craig Nicholson, winner on a sacrifice fly, bottom of the seventh. Take it away, Dane.
Coach, first off, congratulations on the win. Maddie Jamrong, she battled. What did it take? She really settled in there.
Well, she settled in. We made some adjustments with what we were doing. You know, they did a good job in prep for her. And, you know, early in the game, they hit some pitches that I didn't necessarily think were bad pitches. I'll have to go back and look and see. But you know, they were ready for what she's going to do, and we had to change, and we had to do something different, and she did a fantastic job of doing that.
Haley Glass, she showed she can fly, a double in that seventh inning, the game-winning run. How happy are you as a coach to see her development?
You're going to make me cry. Kids just didn't done nothing but get big hits for us all year and play her tail off all year long, and awesome for her.
All right, Coach, congratulations. Thanks. Dave, back to you.
All right, Craig Nicholson, happy head coach. Haley Glass, somebody that stayed with the program and pays it off. Once again, our final score. Akron wins it in the seventh inning. 6-5 is the final. All games airing on ESPN networks or streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.